Hey guys, it's been a while since I've put a video up, but it's just once school started, it was really crazy and hectic. It still kind of is, but I only have like a month left, so I'm gonna try and squeeze in a few times where I can film a video when I have a little bit of free time. So, with getting back into filming again, the first video I'm going to be putting up is a March favorites video. And so the first favorite I'm going to be mentioning is um, this mousse. It is Schwarzkopf, Quaff, I don't know how to actually say it, but it's just this, and it smells amazing, and it actually does a really good job on, helping with the frizz, especially, and just keeping the curls curly. Good job, and it smells so good. Because I've used a lot of different mousse before for curls and helping with frizz and everything, and it just gets really like sticky, and it just doesn't do a good job, and it still is super frizzy. But this I actually found does a really good job at keeping the frizz down, and it smells really good, and it doesn't get like super sticky. The next product I'm going to mention from my March favorites is going to be this Herbal Essence Hello Hydration conditioner. I also do use the shampoo, but I use the conditioner a lot more, and I really like conditioning my hair because I need moisture in my hair, obviously. And this it smells really good, and when I use this, my hair feels so soft. And so that was like the two like beauty kind of products that I am going to mention as far as favorites. The next thing I'm going to mention that was a favorite of mine last month was a book called Red Queen. It's a series actually. I think there's 4 or 5 books a part of the main series, and I think they also do like novellas along with it too. So far I've only read Red Queen all the way through. I have started the second book, and that's called Glass Sword. But Red Queen, it was so good. It's your typical like young adult dystopian, similar to like Hunger Games and like Divergent and books like that. It's basically about the society or the world now is basically you have red bloods and silver bloods. The red bloods are just your average everyday people, and silver bloods, they have like these special powers and abilities and stuff like that. And it follows the main character. Her name is Mare. She's a red blood, and I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to reveal anything. But basically, I guess like you find this out pretty early on. But I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to like give anything away. So that's kind of all I will say for now. Because I'm really bad because I just get so into it, and then I just end up like revealing everything. So that's all I'll say now. But it was actually really good. I haven't read a book in a while. I used to read all the time, but I haven't really been reading too much for a while, especially with like school and everything. It's just, I feel like I don't have time to. But I read that during my spring break, and I read it in like 3 days. And it was just so good. I couldn't put it down. And my mom and my younger sister both have already read it like a long time ago, and they told me to read it like way back when, and I was just like, it doesn't seem as good as other books that I've read, and so I was just like, I don't want to really do it. But I did read it, and it was super good. Couldn't put it down, and really entertaining, especially after not reading a book for a while. Okay, the next two favorites that I'm going to mention are still along with the whole entertainment kind of area, but they're two TV shows that I've really been enjoying, especially this past month. And the first one is All American. It's on CW, so some of you may have watched it. It comes on right after Riverdale. I've really got into it, and I just found the storyline really interesting. It's basically about this high school boy. His name is Spencer. He's from, I think it is Crenshaw. I think that's where it is. But, and he gets the opportunity to actually play football for a private school in Beverly Hills. and really, really have an actual chance of really becoming an all-American football player, which is amazing because, you know, it helps with recruiting and really getting your name out there and everything. And so it's basically just his journey, and, you know, it's CW, so lots of drama, really, really entertaining. And, you know, I'm not normally like a sports kind of person, like even with TV shows, and whatnot, but it's actually really entertaining. The second TV show that I'm going to mention is The Passage. Now, I don't know how to like explain the show without giving certain things away, but basically, some scientists like were doing some experiments and stuff, and they were trying to find a cure for something, and ended up creating vampires essentially, and they believe that they can find a cure in a younger child. And so the storyline basically ends up following a young girl named Amy, and this is basically who they're trying to use to help find the cure for this vampire situation before it gets out of control. And it's so entertaining, a lot of twists every time. The last episode I remember watching, I was like, what? Like, it was really confusing. I was just like, what? Yeah, it's just one of those shows. But it's super entertaining. You know, definitely would recommend watching that one. The next one is also kind of like a show, but it's more so not just about the show, because I really haven't even, I think I've only watched like 3 or 4 episodes of the show, but it's more about like what is involved in the show, and it's tying up with Marie Kondo. I heard so many people talking about it, and I was just like, who cares about watching someone cleaning and organizing? Like, I don't want to watch that. But I was just, I think, like, folding laundry one day, and so I was like, you know what, let's just put this on, because there's nothing else that I really feel like watching right now. And I actually was getting into it. And so then, after watching it for a little bit, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna KonMari in my own room. And so I kind of did, like, really start organizing it. I've now kind of, I don't fully do her, like, folding method, but I do kind of implement it a little bit where it is, like, in the way where it's not, like, clothes just piled on top of each other, and you can actually kind of see what clothing you have, so it's not all stacked on top of each other. But, like, I've always been someone who likes to color coordinate things, so just adding some of her techniques and stuff, and I definitely implemented the whole if it doesn't spark joy, basically get rid of it kind of thing. And I was able to get rid of like 2 trash bags worth of clothes. Because I like clothes, and I just accumulate so much of it that, you know, it was time to finally like kind of just like part ways with stuff. And I'm just like it's kind of, I guess I'm kind of like a sentimental person, because I've kept so many things from like high school. I even probably have some things from like, I kept some things from like middle school. So I was like, okay, it's time to finally like get rid of these things. And so my room is definitely a lot more organized than it was before. Another thing that I'm going to mention is just one thing involving music. One song that I've been absolutely loving this March. I'm sure, you know, knowing me, I'm just always behind in like music and everything. So I'm sure it's come out probably before March, probably way before March, maybe even last year. But Khaled, his song Talk, I love that song. I listen to that song all the time, almost like every day. And I had to stop myself, because I'm that person who will listen to the same song over and over again to the point where I'll get sick of the song. But I love the song so much, I don't want to get sick of it. So I've kind of tried to have some self control and not listen to it all the time, nonstop. But that song is so good. Definitely one of my faves now. And my last 2 things are involving food. Recently, my family has tried HelloFresh, and it's so, like, the food is really good, and it helps you, like, try different foods and different ingredients that, like, I know me and my family, like, almost never use. And it's just so nice to, like, not have to worry about, okay, like, oh, I have chicken. Okay, so what can I make with chicken? What ingredients should I put in it to give it flavor? Like, you don't have to worry or think about any of that stuff. You just have it right there, and you just follow the recipe, like, chop some vegetables, add this together, and then you have you cook it and you have dinner. It's so convenient and it's so nice to not have to like worry about dinner, and like especially like with my family, we're all busy. We normally don't get home until everyone doesn't really get home until like after 5 or so. So it makes it so much more easy and convenient to just have dinner kind of not fully prepped, but like kind of almost prepped. And so that way you save time on having to like actually think about, okay, this is what I can put together to make a meal. And my other favorite food basically that I've been having recently is, it's a guilty pleasure. I shouldn't be eating this, but it's been Captain Crunch. I haven't had Captain Crunch since I was like super super young, because I've kind of become like more of a since then, since I've been young, I've kind of just, if I even eat cereal, because I haven't really been eating cereal too often, it would have been like Frosted Flakes, Cheerios, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Those are probably like the only cereals that I've really been eating. But like, I was in a grocery store and I actually was going down the cereal aisle, which I never do, and saw Captain Crunch, and I was like, oh my gosh, it brought back so many memories. So I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get some Captain Crunch. And it's like, the reason why it tastes so good is because it is so sugary, and so it's kind of been my guilty pleasure. I can finish like a whole family-sized box in like a week. Like I eat like 2 bowls in one setting. It's really bad, but it's been like a little guilty pleasure of mine, a little cheat. Give me like some sugar and stuff that I don't actually need. But those were my favorites of March. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm definitely going to try and start filming more regularly, like have a video out at least once a week. I am going to try. I'm not making any promises, but I'm definitely going to try to make some more videos. But again, I hope you really like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.